Ah. Yeah, Shrugs, you crack me up every time you come into stream. Ad. Nothing to say. Ah, okay. Yeah, how have your things have been going with you? Trying to remember if you had any like Baba things you're working on lately. I know, yeah, right, you did that super hard level, but you're already done with that, so I guess I can play that at some point when I get to do my Baba stream again. Yeah, how have things been going? Yeah, not really any working on any Baba projects or other programming projects. My project is gonna be trying to clean out my room. It's just a total mess. But on the plus side, my dad was helping trying to find stuff, and he finally found my Wi-Fi adapter. So hopefully if the internet decides to screw up, I'll have a fail-safe now because my Wi-Fi adapter is actually plugged in. So yeah, that's nice. Let's hope that this is going to be the end of the internet issues with my streams. Great things you're doing with my life. With my life. What are any of us doing with our lives, huh? Your Minesweeper Solver, your Wormhole Speed Run, and wait, what about Room to Grow? What about your Descent into Madness? As in, you're playing that game? What about Room to Grow? What are you doing with that? Oh, you're gonna play the game. Okay. Interesting. So you recommended to Shock, but you haven't actually played it yourself, and now you're playing it. It's hard. Yeah, I imagine. It looked a bit more reasonable than I expected, but at the same time, yeah, there could be a lot of combinations on how you like the order and the moves you make. Like a lot of people are surprised to learn like on a 4x4 grid, like a witness grid, just how many line combinations there are to do. I think all the remaining puzzles I had were in the challenge area, if I remember right. There are actually quite a few possibilities when it comes to this kind of stuff. Alright, I think the rest are in Vestibulum. And I guess, yeah, as soon as I saw Room to Go, it immediately reminded me of the Witness because of the fact of how the line grows out from, like, a central point. And you can't, like, self-intersect. It's also a Witness-like thing. Wormhole speedrun. So you're actually still playing and recording a speedrun, eh? That'll be fun to see how that goes. A speedrun can be exhausting. Okay, so let's see where I was at. I think I did everything in this hub, right? I don't remember. It's not entirely clear. It's not easy to check either. Isn't this just the... This isn't the challenge area, is it? This is just the hub. I don't want to be here again. Hi, Carl! At least Room to Grow only includes non-regular grid. Yeah, like non-regular grids are going to make everything confusing. Hi, Carl. How have you been doing today? Yeah. It turns out, last Monday that, I was a little bit ambitious trying to complete the intermediate heart side in 30 minutes. Did not even get close to that, as you could probably imagine. But I'd actually, decided to quit playing for the day because it was, like, an hour over, and I was, like, still at, like, flag 4 or something, or 5. I was like, you know what? I'm going to finish this next Monday before I start advanced. So you'll get to see the rest of the intermediate heart side. I don't think you missed a whole lot besides me getting stuck on some of the puzzle ones, as usual. Okay, let's go back to the challenge area, except now I can't because I'm here. Let's go back. Where was that challenge area at? Was it here? Ah, Difficilis. That's where we go. Yeah, I found it. I got that. Oh, I got it with flag 3. Nice. Yeah, that pufferfish one took me quite a while. Okay, so we have Fragaria, Vitus, Kokos. Oh, I missed one in Kokos, eh? Oh boy, I'm not looking forward to trying to beat these, but it is what it is. It's the Thursday of creation. You made like 10 Baba levels? Wow, good job, Nobos. Good job, Nobo. Yeah, how's that level pack coming? Really? This is the one I gave up on? It doesn't look that hard. So here we basically have a 2x2 I have to push things around with. 10. I mean, not every level has to be like some kind of like insanely hard thing, right? Sometimes you just might come up with one cool idea and be able to make that the entire level. I mean, Shrugs, I think it's because you like to make really hard levels. What I would really like with this, something I could push to the right, maybe? And up. This is similar to that one level, so I gotta try to think of some shape I can make. Whatever shape it is, I think I do want to have like a boat inside it. Now, how do I make a boat that this thing can actually sail in? That's not so easy. You come out the jankiest way possible. Yeah, you gotta figure out how to simplify things, huh? That's a big part of making a good level, huh? Is to cut out any extra fluff that might annoy the player. You discovered how to make all feeling X is group. Not break the reading logic of the game. It normally does? All feeling blank is group. I wonder why that breaks the logic of the game. It doesn't seem like something that'd be super weird. Okay, if I can get something under this, I can push up. Now, how do I get something under this? I don't know if I can. Did this start over here? You got an A+ on your presentation about the Celeste Mining Database project. Oh yeah, I forgot you were doing that. And you got an A+. Good job. That's so cool. It makes things like get read backwards. Oh goodness. It seems like group is really janky sometimes. I remember Shrugs was showing me some insane logic that happens. Why is this piece here? Seriously, why is this piece here? I can either get in here, or like, how am I supposed to interact with this piece in any way? I guess I could stick it to something, maybe? Oh, yeah, exactly. When you're adding on, like, it did not work in any remotely the way I would have expected. It was so weird. I'm like, what? Okay, here's something. I can make a boat out of this. Ah, I think this does it. Kind of. This kind of does it. Oh, it breaks out even more? Wow. Yeah, conditions, huh? Yeah, the other use case that isn't extremely bug was also the least useful for puzzles. Hey, it's good for making, like, minigame puzzles, though. At least it seems like it. This doesn't help at all, does it? No, not really. Okay, here's an idea. Move this down. Now move the boat into it. Ah, look at that. I made a little shell. Move my little shell. Yay, well that's that done. Hey, that's good progress so far. GG, thanks. That wasn't so bad. I was just panicking more at the look of it. If you make something all feeling X mimics something, and something is group, it just works how all feeling X is group. Yeah, I really don't get how group works, to be honest, when it comes to conditions. It's so weird. I mean, for sure, if I looked into it, I'd be able to understand. Group is fall. You made a group is fall puzzle? Did I play that one? I remember a fall puzzle you made that had, like... Maybe that was Carl that made it. Someone made a fall puzzle that was, like, falling in different directions. Group is fall. I don't even remember that. Alright, what was the other puzzle I was stuck on? This one. Oh, yes, this one. I've got to get everything into position, but it's not going to be easier. Oh, it was that one. Okay. I mean, it was still somewhat janky, especially at the end. You remember at the end how, like, weird it was? Like, you had to get into that diagonal? Like, it was so odd. I don't know. Like, the behavior was so weird. It was slightly janky, yeah. I'd still say it was slightly janky, but it was still enjoyable. It wasn't enough to get me frustrated. Yeah, like you generally want your gameplay to be pretty smooth. Most people don't have the patience, I think, for janky puzzles. Yeah, I mean, I assume people talk about like janky stuff. Yeah, it's either like stuff that doesn't really make any sense, or like the kind of thing where yeah, it's either some interaction that just doesn't make any intuitive sense, and it doesn't, the game really, that puzzle doesn't really explain it to you, or you have, yeah, the kind of jank that's just like fiddling around with stuff, like finagling and stuff. Yeah, breaking the reading logic of the game. Yeah, that jank can be kind of funny. That is true. Huh, so what can I do with this? I have these stuck together. kind of like these things with having these yellow in the middle, but at the same time I kind of don't. I kind of don't like having something stuck to the side of the yellow. Kind of like I'm trying to get this. I actually want to kind of shift jank. What kind of jank does shift have? I know there's like shift and push can have some really weird interactions. Case in point, that one puzzle in Meta that I was stuck on. Hey, there we go. That's pretty good. Ooh. I kind of shook this off of me. Is this going to help at all? This is interesting. These pieces are still stuck together, though. But seriously, I can, like, actually shake this entire thing off of me. Maybe I need to think about my end state here. What do I need to do? I probably just want to walk here. But maybe that's not the play. Maybe I actually do stick myself to one of these and put it into place. So maybe what I want to do is stick myself to the yellow. Somehow drop the white and blue off at the top and then win. That might be a plan. It gets really janky, eh? To make a custom word. So, how do you make a custom word? Like, you can't use... There's no custom sprites you can use, right? Do you just use the in-game sprites, or do you have to actually get, like, modding tools out and start, like, messing with it that way? I'm gonna drop this yellow off, this white off anyways. Okay, that's something. You still need to be split, though. Yeah, so you're still going with the in-game sprites, I guess, huh? Ah, I think this does it, actually. Almost. Crap, it almost does it. Can I somehow get on a different side of that? That worked really well, though, getting that over there. You lost your level code? Can't you just see it in the game? I thought you could just go in game and see all the level codes for your levels. Yeah, that's not going to accomplish anything like that. Okay, what else can I try to do here? I don't think sticking it to here was a good idea. I really do not have a way to... Unfortunately, the only way I could see to shear something off without sticking the yellow to anything else is going over here, and that puts it on the wrong side. Yeah, it's always on the wrong side when I do that. Well, I guess that's not true. I can kind of do this. Of course, I'll need to get this blue off of here at some point. Yeah, I think it was more helpful having to blow up where it was. Maybe I just do this. Can I somehow... If I can somehow get this down, I could just push that yellow to the bottom and win. Can I get this down in any way? That'd be nice. Oh, only like the last dozen? Oh, that's weird. You made empty, but instead of referring to the void basis with something empty, it just has nothing in it. Oh, like it not having something. That's funny. Well, it sounds like empty is like referring to any object that doesn't have something, that doesn't have a has rule attached to it. That's what it sounds like. So it's a different kind of empty. Has empty would just, but I mean, has empty just, you can't, like, use has as a condition. It sounds like we're basically using has as a condition here. Or, like, empty as a, well, actually, no, that's not true. So you're saying, what you're saying is X is empty, like, negates all has rules? What does that exactly do? So you're saying it, like, negates all has rules. It's not like a condition. It's actually, like, erasing a certain property of the object. Found it. Nice. That's good. You lost it, but you got to recover it, huh? Okay, I don't think this works. How do I get back to the state where the blue is at a more accessible point? Here. Okay, yeah, so it's a normal adjective. What it does is, I guess, override or erase any has, like, rules of a thing. Yeah, that level. Shrugs his level. That was certainly was something. Now, I'd love to be able to do this, but have this thing be down farther. I'm just running in the same spot, I think. Yeah, basically. Okay. Yeah, I guess you could implement that by, yeah, just like... I don't remember how that worked. Isn't it like, yeah, has not all? That's what I was saying, huh? X has not all, yeah, so it, erases any has rule. I actually don't know how that works with not and, has, particularly. This isn't gonna work. What do I do here? Hasn't. Add it isn't and hasn't. It's too bad the game doesn't allow you to kind of make your own sprites and then share those. But I guess maybe they're worried about, like, people making like inappropriate things or whatever and sharing that online. I guess that's the thing when you allow people to make their own sprites and objects. It makes you already kind of do that anyways in the game. It's not like there's a public forum, so then again, maybe that doesn't really matter. Like, you could already make something offensive, I suppose, if we really wanted to in the game. It's like, yeah, let people make their own sprites. That's what I think would be cool. This entire strategy isn't going to work. This is the closest I've had so far. Yeah, I guess it's true. There's a report level feature, so it makes something offensive, huh? Goodness, it reminds me of that time in Smash when they, well, maybe they still have this, where you were able to make your own levels, make your own stages. Yeah, people certainly got a little carried away with that. I don't know, that's gonna be a lot of immature kids. Like, hee hee, funny. Let's make something offensive. Baba's you with an S. You come up with all sorts of weird, like, wild ideas, don't you, Nova, about, like, changing the rules of the game. Basically, I want this, but I would really like that blue to not be trapped. Yep, I might be on these puzzles for a while. Then, you know, don't know the solution and have an idea, I'd love to try them out. So I've already looked at these puzzles for a while and struggled with them. What am I going to come up with here? The problem is I don't even know what necessarily my goal is. Am I going here or is the blue thing going there? Who knows? I don't know. Like, I can go over here, do this and do that, right? That would work if... Like, instead of the blue block stuck here, let's say there was the white block stuck here. Actually allowed. For people who don't know the solution, then sure, feel free to try out any ideas. Okay, here's an idea. I might actually have something. Something like this. Yeah. So we'll move that over there. Move that up. That almost works, except right, for the fact that I'm still going to have this stuck to the wrong side. So far, I've not found a way around that. Right? It doesn't seem like there is a way around that either. How could I possibly, without sticking to anything else, just the yellow, be stuck to a side that I can actually get over here? I'm just not seeing a way to do it that way. Doesn't seem possible, at least. But it's hard for me to really prove that it isn't either. It isn't somehow possible that way. It's everything I want to do, like, ends up getting stuck to the left. So, I mean, if it isn't that, though, that would mean that... Like, shit, that's funny. I like how I just noticed the dude's, like, eyes and mouth just kind of wobble around. That's cute. That's the jelly moves. Wobbled. My little mouth is wobbling around. If it isn't that, that would mean that I have to get this by itself. But surely that's impossible, right? I guess it doesn't have to be by itself, right? It has to be stuck to a blue. That would mean that I go up here and that this gets, stuck to a blue block and moved down here somehow. But how would that work? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. How would I actually make that happen? I'm just trying to think backwards to figure out what I even want to do here. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. What would possibly work here? Yeah, I wonder. You think it's specific? Also, welcome in, Garrett. Yeah, you think it being two burst long is important somehow? Yeah, maybe it is. Of course, if I stick something in there, the only way I could get out is to pull it. Let's see what I think of a state here that would work. What I really want is, I really want, like, yellow and then blue above it or something. Yeah, I really want yellow, blue. Okay, here's an idea. Yellow, blue, white. If I have that and I go up, I think I can get the yellow free. I think that's actually that might be all I need to do. But I can't do that from here, I don't think. Let's see if I can get that to happen. This kind of arrangement. I think I want this, except I want to be not on the bottom. I want to be like on the side or something. How do we get off of this? Uh-oh. Being stuck on the bottom is very bad. But something like that. I think if I have that specific arrangement, I can win. Let's see if I can make that happen. I want yellow on the bottom, blue on the top. Because it reminds me of those things where it's like trying to describe an AI. Put the yellow block on the bottom. Put the blue block above it. So it feels like. This kind of arrangement, I think, is what I need. Because now I could push this out of the way. Push this down. Push this over. Yeah, there we go. Nice. I'm surprised I actually came up with a plan that worked for once. Instead of just hoping to randomly stumble on the solution. Kind of clever, actually. Kind of neat. Yay, that's another one down. That means we have these 3 worlds left to go, and Machina scares me. This world scares me. Yeah, as you can see, I have 3 uncompleted puzzles. Alright. Oh, no, I remember what this one was. Oh, wait. No, this isn't the puzzle I was thinking of. Oh, right, the puzzle I'm thinking of is in the next world. Huh, I never figured out this one. Okay. So as we can tell, we have to make some kind of giant thing by sticking a lot of things together. I don't remember, Garrett. Have you played this game before, or did you just see a playthrough of it? Sorry I asked you that, but yeah, I remember you were in some of my streams for this game. The main thing is I have to not lose anything. That's not going to be so easy, is it? Yeah, it's not going to be easy at all. Can I, like, grab a bunch of things like this? Horizontally? Not really. What the most I can do with these bottom pieces are. Nice, enough to get a regular ending. Cool. So you played all the regular, well, maybe not all the regular puzzles, but you played enough. Yeah, that's cool. You got the regular ending. I like how it's just like the regular ending, and it's just the credits. I'm like, yeah, real ending there. Yep. Shrek's finally 100%ed. That was a difficult game, huh? Well, we got through it. I definitely would have used the gain insight feature if I played that game. Like, nope. Some of those were just too much for me. Might just have to try stuff for this. Just realized this structure doesn't really make sense. Oh, maybe it can. So now I can't retrieve that bottom one. Still on your list, eh? The list. You found it average. Yeah, really, sure. You mean like the difficulty-wise? Okay, you're talking... Yeah, because I remember you saying, like, as far as how much you like the game, you seem to really like the game, but difficulty-wise, you found it average? Really? That game seemed really difficult. Difficulty-wise? Yeah, but you had, But you had backseating enabled, so people were giving you solutions before you can even try the puzzles out. So without backseating, imagine how much difficulty you would have. Probably a lot. Like, remember that one nightmare puzzle at the end? That was crazy. Can I get this yet? I really would like to. I can't with this stupid thing in the way. Did you have difficulty basically everything? I mean, maybe? I guess you had some trouble with Recurse, but I mean, yeah, I guess it's true. But I mean, that's because you played basically only hard games. Like, if you played an easy puzzle game, you probably wouldn't have too much trouble. Like, what's an easy puzzle game? Sensorium? I don't know. A lot of the puzzle games I play are hard, so I really can't think of too many easy ones. Stuff like, Candy Crush? I don't know. Patrick's Parabox is usually considered to be pretty easy, unless you go to the hard levels. Can't get this one in the corner. Monsters Expedition is fairly easy, yeah. So you'll probably be able to beat that one then, Shrugs, huh? Yeah, like a lot of the more minimalist puzzle games generally are more difficult, right? Because they're not going to appeal to people with graphics. They're going to have to appeal to people with difficult and clever puzzle design. Because not every puzzle game has to be hard, but a lot of them are going to have to if they're going to appeal to a lot of people. Is Morsey Mist-like? Do you think so? Maybe? Yeah, I guess like The Room. The Room series I actually like, but yeah, that's a pretty easy series. That is a more, I guess, kind of Mist-like game. I don't know. It's not really, I wouldn't even call it a Mist-like, but it's more Mist-like than Parabox. It's definitely not minimalist, let's put it that way. Yonkai's Peak was fun, not too hard. Okay, interesting. Like Linelith, I guess, is going to be an easy puzzle game. From what I hear. Yeah, block pushing games in general are pretty hard, huh? Huh? Oh yeah, I was like, why is this sticking to me? Oh, this one, what it's like? You think so? Yeah, maybe. We'll see, huh? What I would expect for a Witness like is symbols you learn what their meanings are over the course of the game. Non-linear gameplay where you go to like different areas, and perspective-based puzzles. I don't know if it's gonna have any of those. Because Taiji had all three of those, so it really was a Witness-like. Soko Ban, yep. Taiji wasn't that hard? I don't know. A lot of people struggle with it. I'll see, eh? Ban backseating for Linelith. Yeah, I mean, I probably will. If it's easy, I'm not going to need... I mean, I generally don't want backseating unless I either ask for it or I say something like, okay, I've been on this puzzle for like 2 hours. Yeah, I usually ban backseating, but sometimes people do it anyways. But, like, if it's a puzzle I've already done for, like, upwards of an hour, then usually I'm fine to ask people for ideas. But obviously, yeah, the thing with the backseating is sometimes people don't even give people a proper chance to even try the puzzle themselves. That happened to Shrugs a lot with, whatchamacallit, Can of Wormholes. It's like, at least give the viewer the chance to try the puzzle out for more than, like, 5 minutes. But, yeah, it requires a certain level of patience sometimes to watch people play puzzle games, struggle with a puzzle that you know the answer to. I don't know what to do with this. What kind of plan can I possibly come up with this kind of puzzle? Nice. I mean, I've already discussed in the sense that, you told me it's short, I guess. It's an experience, eh? Maybe I should make a Linelith expert mode if it's only an hour long. I think maybe it needs an expert mode. Give us a bit more content. Yeah, what am I going to do about this bottom row? If I can't find something that works with this bottom row, then there's not even any point continuing at the top. I have to find some way to clear out every block. I do need every block in this puzzle. I already checked that, I'm pretty sure. Wow, you wouldn't say Linelith needs an expert mode, or what? What are you going to say? Wouldn't say so about what? Maybe not. I mean, yeah, I guess we'll see, huh? I'll see why. Okay. I'll see why the game shouldn't be any longer than it already is, eh? Or maybe it's just not the kind of game that, where they would, work well with an expert mode anyways. I don't know, I'm always bummed sometimes when it seems like something is... It feels like something is over before when it was just getting started. That's not gonna work. I don't even know how to start with this bottom row. Do I end with the bottom? Oh, it's made by Patrick Trainer. Oh, really? I never knew that. That's cool. So it's made by Patrick Trainer. Interesting. Yeah, it was cool seeing Patrick Trainer in the credits of... I forget which game it was. Can't get in here yet. Patrick, So this Patrick knows what he's doing when it comes to puzzles, huh? See, the problem is I can't get in here now if I stuck something to the bottom of me. I may have heard of this game, Patrick's Parabox, yes. Who is this Patrick and why is his Parabox so popular? Shelag is in here? What do you mean? Shelag is in where? In the chat? I don't see any Shelag, but then again, I don't check the people in the stream usually. Oh, wait, Shelag is in what? Yeah. It's in the viewer list? How are you seeing a viewer list? Oh, you're checking your viewer list. Like, what? I'm pretty sure you can't see the viewer list of other streamers, right? Unless you're talking about your stream. Did Shelag watch your streams before? You can see the... Oh, you can see the viewer list? Really? That's funny. So you guys can see if there's a bot in the thing, huh? There is a viewer list for... Wow, that's interesting. For other people's streams. How curious. Somehow I never do that. Yeah, what? Now Carl's confused too. What is this stupidity? It's probably not stupid. Well, that was interesting. What I just did there was rather interesting, wasn't it? Oh, look at that. I actually cleared the bottom row out. I'm impressed and also surprised. Now, could I have done that without sticking a blue thing to the top of me, theoretically? Alright, how did I do this? Let's try to remember that. So this part was fairly obvious. Yeah, true. It's generally considered rude to call it lurkers. I was confused, though. I'm like, huh? What do you mean, Shelag? I never saw... I didn't see Shelag in the chat. But no, I go to Shelag's stream sometimes. He was playing Sensorium. I was having fun hanging out there. So I usually only watch streams of games I've played. Conveyor confusion. Okay, so how did I get here? I got an L. Once I had this L, I was able to grab this. Okay, so what I did was sneak through here with a 3. With a blue. That's interesting. Yeah, it's funny. I never knew there's a way to just see who's in chat. That's so weird. So theoretically, if I watch witness streams and don't chat, someone could just be like, "Oh, hey, it's Sigma. Sigma's here." I'm like, huh? How did someone know? Oh, yeah. Shelag is doing Baba. It's cool to see people doing Baba, like, even nowadays. Yeah, Baba's infamously hard. It's interesting to see people playing Baba, even still checking out Baba nowadays. I guess it's not that old of a game, it's still pretty old. Okay, so... Can I do this, but don't stick that blue? Pretty sure I could. Go through here, slip the blue into here. Ah, that's sneaky, okay. Now from here, I should just be able to gather up the rest of these? That's beautiful, yes. Let's see if I can do that on the top. So what I did was... On this side, I grabbed this blue. There's rarely any cheese. Oh, then we... What do you mean? You generally like more recent playthroughs of Baba more because the levels are pretty much set and so there's rarely any cheese. More recent playthroughs of Baba. I'm not sure exactly how that relates to not having any cheese. Oh, you mean that, right, because back then you said the levels were different. Of course, yeah. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have grabbed those two. Yeah, you said the levels had bugs back then. That makes sense. Yeah, I had a lot. Oh, goodness, how many bugs I found in that freaking, Architecture Adventure. I found so many level bugs. See, now the problem with this is I grabbed this yellow, and I don't want to do that. So I could easily use these corners to grab the remaining pieces, right? But how do I get in here without sticking something to the wrong location? So it's something like that. If I could just find a process I can repeat. You're fastly setting more levels, huh? Yeah, Shrex's level was pretty cool. The falling one. How am I going to get up there now? Sure, there's going to be... I can't repeat what I just did because of this stupid left-hand thing, but that's interesting. I feel like it has to be part of it. This is such a huge improvement because I actually got rid of those corners for once. Yeah, what am I going to do about this corner? This corner seems very bad. Maybe the same thing that I did before? Get a blue somehow on me. Get a blue on me. I don't want that. I don't want a yellow on me, though. If I find a way to get a blue on me without getting a yellow on me. Get off of me, yellow. This yellow's got to show me some personal space. I cannot find a way to do that without getting a yellow on me, sadly. If I go here, it's not going to work because that yellow's there. Could I have somehow consumed this yellow earlier? Most levels you did today are for a world that isn't pack-related. Just a funny idea that's actually a level idea that's world. Interesting. So you wanted to make several levels. Man, how many levels have you made, Nobo? You must have made so many by this point. Okay. Is there anything else I could change earlier? Maybe I need to do something here? I always grab that. Wow, getting in there sucks once I have this set up. That's a bit of an issue. How would I ever get up here with this setup? Unless I use this yellow already, but the problem is when I do that, I can't get up there anyways. That yellow's a real issue. I can't do anything about that. I don't think when this happens, I don't see how I can do anything about that up left corner. Right? Surely that's not going to happen. Well, I can make this. You did at least 1,000 levels by this point. Yeah, sounds about right, huh? Okay, now I think I've lost any ability to be able to use this upper left one at all. Actually, that upper left one has to be the upper left corner of the central box, right? This doesn't have to be. But I don't see what else it could be either. I really want it to be the left side of the very left blue. But I can't do that with this stuck here. Man. Seems so good, but I can't do anything with this corner if I do that. It's symmetrical, so no matter what I do, I'm going to be having the same problem on the opposite side. Made, yeah. The bubble level library can only hold like 200 levels. Yeah, you have to delete a lot. Ah, that's funny. That's a bummer. 200 levels. I mean, Shrugs, you have so many levels, but a lot of those aren't like finished, huh? Yeah, that's cool how I can sneak in there with that blue. I could try to do the same pattern, but it doesn't work over here. It never seems to work in reverse. It only goes one direction. You have over... Yeah, you have... Shreks has so many, like, quote-unquote levels. Like, maybe they're technically levels, but they don't really, like, work properly. Okay, how about this? Like, it can always go one direction, but not the other. Okay, I can kind of sneak in here. Steal that. And now I can still get in here and do this. Now I can curl around. Oh, crap. Now I can get up there. Why can't I get up there, though? Can't get up here because... Oh, snap. Because as soon as I grab that blue, that yellow's there now. Yeah. I can't grab both of these blues. This one's farther away. I really don't get how the asymmetry here is going to help me. Select 30 of your levels for the pack, so their finished video are uploaded. Okay. you forgot you can't remember how to solve your own level. That's funny. Yeah, that could happen. Forget how to solve your own level. That happened to me when I was making the lockpick expert mode. Like, oh crap, how do I solve this again? That's how you know when a puzzle's too hard, and when you can't even solve it. Okay. Ah, that darn corner again. There's just one more corner to get rid of. I just have to get rid of these corners. As soon as I grab one blue, it screws me out of the other one. That's what keeps happening. No, don't grab that. Why do I have this one anyways? Because I used this yellow to get the bottom two. Right? Surely I did. Feels like I wanted to use this to grab the bottom two. I can't get in there. It's so hard to get in there. It's hard to get into any of these corners. Try more instruments. Nice, yeah. It's cool that Nobu's sharing levels. 200 levels, yeah, I mean... There was that one creator I remember that came by my stream. I forget what their name was, but yeah. Everybody they made it's the same number of levels too. So what was the cool move I did? The cool move I did was this. Problem with that is that just gets rid of a corner that, well... Yeah, I can't repeat this up the top, which is what really sucks. Axarity, yeah, Axarity. Come on, just let me in there. Can I, like, move these? I can't, like, move anything. Let me in there. Maybe I can... No, I can't do anything now. I can't... There's nowhere I could stick that one now. Besides that one spot in the corner. I think it's always going to be the case. I'm trying to think if I could ever use these corners for anything besides these 4 points here. Like this, and this. It just doesn't seem possible to do anything besides that. Right? Like I always have a limited range of motion. To get this, I have to stick something above or side of me. Like, let's say I have this. Because there's one aside of me, I can't go any farther down than... Okay, so right now I can still do it. As soon as I stick something below me, then I can't. But I don't think there's any way to avoid that. Okay. Yeah. Like, I'm trying to avoid sticking something below me, but I don't think it's going to happen. This yellow is going to get in my way no matter what. If I want to grab that yellow, right now I don't have a choice but to stick something below me. Yeah, right now, in fact, that's interesting. If I have a yellow stuck to my left, I don't think I can get in here at all. Like, trying to use the yellow somewhere else wasn't going to work, because then I can't grab it. Okay, when did I stick this yellow to me? Right at the beginning. Yep, of course I did. I try to go from the right first instead. I have this scenario where... So at the very least, with this part, I can still get in here, kind of. Like, kind of get in there? See, this would be good if I could actually do something. Maybe I could still do something with that other blue? It doesn't feel like I can. It doesn't seem like I could ever get far enough down or right to ever do anything with that corner blue like this. I just end up with the same scenario here, too. That sticks there. I don't know what to do here. I am completely stuck on this puzzle. It's very hard. I think I've been on like 15 minutes at least. I'm lucky I'll see something earlier, but right now I don't. Just to count. Yeah, I really do need every block. Wow, this one really is unassuming. It doesn't look so hard, but it is. Dang. Like, if only I could push things, but I can't push anything. Once two things are stuck together, that's how they're going to be. Can I have a voice sticking this yellow to me? No, because that's how I started. Yep, I might have got to start with one of the two. Let's see. Can I just do that, but just don't... Can I somehow, without grabbing either yellow side of me, grab both of these blues? I don't think so. It doesn't seem possible to do it that way. Ooh, it is possible, maybe. Oh, it is barely possible. Yeah, I could push blue blocks with blue blocks. Yeah, maybe I should actually. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe I should be trying to do that. Of course, any blue block I try to push, I end up getting a yellow stuck to me. And, like, I can't push a blue block closer to the, Yeah, do I need to push something? But either way, that's interesting. I can get these without sticking any of the yellows to either side of me. Maybe that's good. It's actually feeling pretty close. How this is going is actually going quite well. Ooh, is this going to do it? I have 3 on the left, which is slightly concerning. I have too many on the left, I think. But I got rid of all the corners. Could I have done that without getting an extra blue block to my left? It's like 7A? That's a very specific one. Why 7? Oh, 7A. Yeah, like the high score thing. It really does feel like a lot of an ordering puzzle, but also, yeah, optimization. You really... Could I have done this but not stick a blue block to my left somehow? I stuck that blue block to my left because it was my only point of access for this. Yeah, it's because as I said, I wanted to use those for the corners. Okay, how about that then? And then that. That. There we go, I finally did it. What, having the blue stuck on the left? Because then I was going to have too many things too far to the left, right? Yeah, this is it. So, Shrugs, the issue was having the blue block on the left right now. Like, let's say I have this blue block on the left, right? But I already have these 2 blocks on the left side. So, I was never going to be able to do anything with the 2 blocks on the left, because I only need to have one more block on the left. And if I try to go farther left, like, I run out of an issue. But yeah, this was it. When did the lava appear? I don't know, it's been there for a while. Finally, holy crap. Okay, well, let's see if I can... I gotta be careful with this. Let's do this in the right order. Not there. There we go, finally! Holy cow, that was hard. I don't even know how to describe what I did. So I guess the reason this worked is because I purposely... Actually, I want to go back in and see exactly what in the heck I just did. So the reason this worked is I purposely made it so I don't have... Like, I try to stick literally as few yellow blocks as possible to me. It is almost like optimization. Like, you want to try to avoid the yellow as much as possible. Yep, that's worlds 1 through 5. So what I do here is I try you can just barely avoid these yellows. Like, it's so hard that I'm even having trouble seeing how to do it now. I grab this yellow, then grab this blue, then grab this blue. As you see, I can just barely avoid all those yellows. And now, because I avoid the yellows, I actually have free reign down here. So, as I already concluded earlier, yeah, the 4 corner blues do in fact have to be these 4 here. Because if they're not, you end up with too many things on one side that you can't grab without killing something. Then, yeah, I curl this in. I curl this in. But of course, I need to grab this. Curl, and I need to grab, yeah, I need to grab that first so I don't accidentally grab it. Jeez. That's crazy. But I did it. Yeah, 3. That was, to me, that was the real 4. But this one was pretty hard too, I guess. That stained glass one actually was pretty difficult due to the fact of like having to reorient the pieces. Finally, jeez. Alright, we have 2 here. I'm not looking forward to one of them. Yep, here it is. Oh, I'm not looking forward to this. This looks like a nightmare. Yeah, somehow I have to get 6 through here. The worst part is that don't even have to be in one piece. So I can't just reason about, oh, it has to be this shape. But I think I basically determined that it has to be 2 separate pieces because otherwise I can't get them all through, right? I don't think I've thought of any 6-block shape that'll actually fit through that gap on the right. So it's going to be like 2 separate groups. I do not know how to reason about a puzzle like this. But it's hard to even get like a decent number through here at all. Like, zigzags are usually the best for getting a lot of things through, right? Usually. I don't know if that's going to be the case here. Like, what kind of arrangement would even allow me to... Oh, that might work, actually. Wait, can I get this W through? Uh-oh. No, I don't think I can. So W's not going to fit through. Maybe I should think about, like, what groups of 5 can even get through? Not many, I don't think. There's not many groups of 5 that actually fit through there. I'm just trying to visualize several groups right now. Can't be no more than 2 tall. Neither a P pentamino won't fit. Maybe it has to be 4 and 2. That's what I'm kind of getting from this. It might need to be a 4 and a 2. Because I'm actually not seeing any group of 5 that fits. No, that doesn't work. An L doesn't work. A long L doesn't work. Neither of the Z's seem to work. For the S/Z pentaminos. Like a wiggly Z doesn't work. Yeah, I actually can't think of any group of 5 that can even fit through. This makes me think, yeah, it's going to have to be a group of 4 and a group of 2. This S is probably one of the groups. So if I can get this S through, I'll need to get 2 more through somehow. Now, how do I make that happen? Not quite. Ah, almost. That's safe. There's always, this thing always kills those guys, but it seems like a vertical 2 would want to come through, right? Where am I going to put the vertical 2? If it was one space to the right now. Suck on these puzzles. Suck on these, yep. Hi, Trem. You're also struggling with moving through lava. Yeah, and Celeste, I'm guessing. Yep. Suck on these puzzles. Oh boy, welcome in, Trem. This game is freaking hard. You probably knew that already. The good old days of Witness Expert. Sometimes it seems like a cakewalk compared to these puzzles. But that's probably just because I'm used to, Witness Expert, whereas I'm not used to this. How? I need to get 1 more. I really don't know what way to do this besides just try random stuff. The good old days of Witness Expert, huh? Expert mode. And now here I am wanting to make, like, more expert modes. Yeah, you watch Play a Shock's playthrough. Yeah, expert. Yeah, Shock did do an expert playthrough, huh? Okay, so clearly I want them to be like arranged in a diagonal kind of fashion. If I can like process and eliminate this, somehow figure out. This really seems like the best start. Can I go through from here? I could like just try to eliminate every possibility, but that's not going to be favorable. Yeah, killing that's not going to help at all. I mean, that's not going to help. Okay, those three go through. That's interesting. These 5 go through. Where could there be a 6th one that would actually make it? Could there be a 6th one that could make it through here like this? Where would it have to be if so? Oh, these guys actually don't make it after all. So this we know what it can't be. It can't be this. Okay, maybe I can reason about this after all. It feels like this L is almost forced though. So based on this, where can the remaining guys be? I have to be able to go right one more time. Floor is lava, yeah. You were a floor is lava speedrunner back in the day, huh? Setting the world record time. Yes, the floor is indeed lava. I know, I'm trying to reason about this. I don't know if I'm succeeding. I feel like whatever survives needs to be farther to the left than this. So let's say I have this. I'm going to take this L and like try to build on it. How about this group? No, see, unfortunately, this guy can get through. So these 5 tiles seem good. Where would the last tile be that could actually fit through here like this? Above it? Above it, maybe? Above it actually would fit through, I think. To the left of it would also work, theoretically. So if I can get either something to the left or above this one, that would actually be really good. So if I could make that Z, maybe I should try coming at it from a different angle at the beginning. Like, I'm back to this again. I don't think I can have it any farther to the left. I only have so much distance. I have to, whatever this group is, has to be in a 5x5, has to be able to fit in a 5x5 grid. Yeah, from this point. See, the problem is this is a frit. Move up earlier? I don't know from where. Like, there's so many spots I can move. Yeah, see, this is the problem I'm having, is that in order to get this Z through, I don't see any way to get the other 2 through. They don't want to fit. Now, something to the right actually would fit. If something... Ooh, so it would die there, actually. So something to the right doesn't work. Something to the left is impossible because I'm out of range. It really does feel like up is the only choice. Based on what I'm seeing here. But if I was to have something above this little guy right now, where would I have come from? Here? I think I could work backwards from the solution. Here. And now I can't get through there. So in order to get that Z through there, I have to have the Z positioned here. Which means I cannot have a block there. Yeah, that's interesting, right? If the Z is part of the solution, actually, look at this. Man, do I need to bust out a freaking screenshot tool for this? There's a multiple choice question about calculus in your math exam. Sorry if it was backwards as cheating. I'll take anything I can get at this point. There's a multiple choice question about calculus, which you spent 10 minutes on? Yeah. Multiple choice doesn't necessarily mean the question's easy. You're supposed to determine which answer is a wrong statement, but all of them are right? Really? So you think the test was wrong? That'd be kind of surprising, but you never know, I guess. So if we assume the Z, let's look at the Z on the right, right? If we assume this is a correct shape, what would the rest be? What could the rest be? So we can't have, yeah, those two blocks obviously with the fire are out. You already know the block. I mean, I could literally go through every block. I mean, you guys can see my cursor probably. I can click on these little dudes. So you're out. What about this block? Yeah, that's definitely going to be out. It's going to die there. This block is definitely not going to fit either. If we assume this Z is correct, it's not any of these top rows. What about this block here? It's not going to make it through. Yeah, anything like far to the left isn't going to make it through. But I'm going to check every single one. I think I already determined, yeah, that this block can't fit. There's nowhere to get through. Having a block here won't work. Because it's going to die there. Okay, so that's everything in the second row. What about the third row? This row here. This block's out, because this position was forced if I'm going to get the Z through. You're out, you're out. The rightmost block is out. The fourth from the right is out, so that just leaves these two here. Could either of these two be a piece? Right here, this piece is out. This piece is still in. You're still in. You're still in. You're still in. You're still in. Okay, this position is in, actually. This position right here is actually still in. That's a possibility. Question is, how would I have gotten that? Let's see if there's any other spaces that are in. Pretty sure you're not in. Yeah, you'd definitely be dead there. They determined that in this row, that's the only valid position. What about this row? You're fine. This point, I think, is going to die no matter what. Yeah, it's going to die right here. And so would anything further to the right of it, too. From this point, yeah. All of the rest of this row is out, and from this point, that row's out. So this is the only valid position from this row. And then I think we already determined that anything in the bottom row, like this position was forced, this position's forced. So what about this tile? This tile... Let's see if this tile could be in. I think it's out right here. Yeah, you're out right there. So if this S is the case, then there has to be a tower right here. Really, you think... Oh, what are you guys talking about? You have function X... Are you guys talking about the chat or the puzzle? You have function X for an X0 as a tangent... Okay. Goodness. I'm not quite as good as math as... Okay, so let's say this is the point. Now, how would we have gotten to that? See if we can figure that out. See if we can undo a lot of moving. Because that, if this Z is here, then I think these two positions are the only valid spots this can go. Let's see if I can somehow make that. But how would that have ever gotten through this lava? That doesn't make any sense either. And there is no, like, none of the above answer, huh? I mean, I actually had a test where there was a wrong thing on it too. I remember that. This point is still in, but I don't think there's any way I could have gotten a full diagonal with these ones here and here. It doesn't seem possible, because how would it have even fit through? I don't see there's anywhere that fits through. Oh no. I mean, this Z maybe isn't in the upper right, but if it isn't, then I'm really in trouble. Like, it's possible that the Z isn't in the upper right, and the Z is, like, positioned somewhere lower down. I need to get something ahead of it. Trying to logic through it isn't working either. Gotta be close, though. It's not the Z. I mean, that Z is so efficient. I don't really see how it could be anything but that. What other group of guys could fit through here? These guys can't. 6. 6 must live. Okay. Can I, like, go down? I don't think I've really tried many like that. Actually, I lost one. Like anything that's not like a down left to upright diagonal doesn't really seem to go through very easily. I can't like send the groups in one at a time, I don't think. This is like my worst nightmare. This is like that Baba thing on steroids, where you're controlling several Babas at once. Doesn't work. Of course, it could be that Z actually isn't correct. I need to have something else. I mean, this kind of works. Kind of shape works. But I don't know how I could have saved another guy. Yeah, how could I have saved another guy here? Derivatives of derivatives. What does it say here? A function f of x, and for an x0 it has a tangent parallel to the x-axis, as well as an inflection point. Okay. Parallel to the x-axis. So that's horizontal. F prime at x0 equals 0. F double prime is 0. Function is continuous at x0. It has a tangent. F is that triple x? F triple x of 0 is not equal to 0. They can't have an extrema at that point. Huh, why is f triple x of 0 not going to be 0? Well, I mean, why couldn't it be 0, right? Couldn't it be 0? Couldn't the... Well, let's see. I guess it can't because it's an inflection point, right? So... But I mean, inflection is talking about second derivative, right? So the second derivative is like the curvature of the function. Isn't the criteria for inflection have to do with the second derivative, not the third? Maybe I'm thinking of it wrong. I thought the inflection point is where the second derivative changes from negative to positive. I see what you're saying. Like, is it possible that the derivative is like negative up to that point, and then at that point it's 0, and then after that it's positive? Is that possible? Like, what exactly defines an inflection point? Like, I thought it was a point at which the everything before it is negative, and then everything after it is positive. But couldn't the second derivative at that point still be 0? Well, it's good to talk about math while I try to fill around this puzzle. It's not exactly going to help my brain, but at least it'll help me get less frustrated. Or is an inflection point just a point where the second derivative is 0? Yep, lost one. So maybe I should just try to see how many can I get through before I get to a second guy. Yeah, this puzzle, I really don't... I'm really not a fan of this. I really don't get how to deal with this. I even tried to logic my way through it, and unfortunately logicked out every possibility that had a certain premise. This puzzle. But yeah, maybe you should look at this, Shock. Look at what Carl posted. I could have sworn that inflection point says... Really? That's what defines an inflection point? That's weird. F triple prime of 0 is not equal to 0. Yeah, but can it change from positive to negative without the triple derivative being non-zero? That's what I'm saying. Like, let's say you had a function where... Let's say the F triple prime was a function where... let's see. F triple prime. Yeah, so let's say F double prime is a function where... Before this point, it's always negative. After the point, it's positive. But then in the middle, it's something else. So let's say, like, F triple prime could even be undefined, right? I'm just trying to think about, like, let's say it wasn't continuous, right? Like, let's say F double prime wasn't continuous. Like, could it have a discontinuity where everything before it's negative, everything after it is positive, but it doesn't smoothly change from negative to positive? Yeah, but look at what Carl's saying. Yeah, I'm trying to think, is it theoretically possible to have an inflection point, but have F triple prime be 0? It feels like it does, to me. Because changing from negative to positive doesn't necessarily mean that the triple negative derivative is 0, right? Maybe it has to. I'm trying to think if that's possible. What if it's, like, undefined or something? Five are dead. There's only so many beginnings I can do before... Yeah, and this point here, no matter what, in order to pull through here, I'm going to end up with an empty column, I think. All this requires the limits have opposite signs. Yeah, so what do you think, Shock? Do you think that's the one that's false? The one that says f triple prime of 0 is non-zero? F triple prime can be undefined at a point. Yeah, it could still be undefined at a single point and still have a defined limit in both directions, right? The limits can be defined without the point having to be defined. So if I assume there's a missing column here, that means I have to keep more guys alive in the right column. Too many primes, yeah. You guys are mixing up. Yeah, there's so many freaking primes here. That's the one I highly suspect as to being the one that I suspect to be false. Or can I save more guys on the left, I wonder? That's the flip sign. See, this is the closest thing to get that is close to working, but it doesn't work. I wonder if there's any other arrangement of 5 on the right side that could work. I don't think so. Maybe that means I have to keep 2 alive on this side. I don't know. I think I'm about happy with this puzzle for now, though. I'm going to try something else. It's fun of those videos we talk about math, huh? I want to actually try to solve these puzzles today. Yep, it sucks, huh? So yeah, Shock, do you think that's what they think? Do you think that resolves Carl's dilemma on that puzzle? Con formation was reasonable, yeah. Con formation, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But I can, like, kind of arrange things, and it's several ways. I actually do get a lot of freedom with how I arrange these guys with this left side. I can even arrange it vertically if I want. Which I'm probably going to have to. Let's see if I can try to visualize this one. One thing I'm noting is that because all the blues are aligned, I guess that means I have to have them all in one per row. Because I can't exactly move up or down and rearrange things that way. You think that's the unnecessary condition? Yep, I suspect so too, but I mean, I'll have to think about it more to see if that's actually the case. Okay, so here's a bit of a problem. Something's going to be in the top row here, and I'm going to have to move down to get through. I mean, I don't know what, maybe, I don't think Carl knows what you're trying to say. What are you guys talking about? Oh, that's a different one than I was thinking. F double prime equals 0 of that equals 0. Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah. Is that for it to be an inflection point, the second derivative doesn't necessarily even have to be defined at that point? Oh, I see what you're saying. So it could be the case that it is for an inflection point? I don't know what you apparently, time to go to Wikipedia. I don't know how you guys have different definitions of inflection point. Time to go to Wikipedia, huh? So I'm going to have to move down here. Well, what about the, what about that F triple prime is not equal to 0? That's the one that I thought might still be possible. Is it time to post this in the math? Yeah, Carl, maybe you should post this in the math and puzzles channel on the Discord, so people can actually try to determine if this is actually an error or if there's actually an answer. It's gonna be hard to get everything through this lava here. This lava wall is really tall. Things are gonna have to, like... Yeah, how am I gonna get the second, third, and fourth row thing? The third row in particular. How am I gonna get the third row guy through? Maybe he has to go through first. Yeah, how am I going to get this third row guy through? Maybe it might help if I do it. So let's see. How close is this to working? Yeah, maybe you should post that in the math part of the Discord. That's what I would do, because I'm quite curious about that. I mean, maybe that's also not what the problem said, but it sounds like if you spent 10 minutes on it, you'd probably remember what the problem said, huh? Okay, so let's say we move you back. So let's see if these three guys can get through. Not quite. If it goes back another space, sure. Just a stupid question. Yeah, maybe. Still, I mean, I'm definitely interested to hear, like, to see what the actual answer is. Okay, those fit. What about the second and fourth row guys? Where are the second and fourth row guys going to come into play here? Yeah, they fit there. Fourth row guy can go up one space, I think, and fit through. Yeah. Fourth row guy, I think, can hang up with the second row guy, I think, can hang out with the first row guy. Maybe? Yeah, you can hang out up here. And then maybe the fourth row guy actually hangs out with the fifth row guy. Like this. There we go. Yay! Ta-da! The smallest interesting number. Oh, goodness. I remember the discussion of interesting numbers. That's a whole another topic, huh? Do I want to try this one? Probably not. I'm going to give that one a break and go for another puzzle. Which means I have to go to Machina, the level that scares me the most. Besides the 6 must live one. That one scares me. Oh no, not Zigzag. Oh, I'm going to have to try it. Not this one. Is there anything I could do differently at the beginning? It's a cool puzzle, but you love this level. This is the one where I managed to logic myself out of the solution several times. Alright, let's see if this time's any better. Is there anything different I can do? Like, I'm actually checking every step so carefully now. It doesn't seem like there's anything I could do to stop this from coming up. Like, that's gonna have to come up there. Like, yeah, you remember this level, huh, Garrett? It's an interesting one. But, like, there's this idea of permanence with this level. Like, there's a lot of permanence involved in this. You really thought that was a necessary condition. I mean, I wonder if the teacher gets the answers from somewhere else than the class teaches. Alright, so what I'm trying to do right now is literally trying my best to avoid moving this blue block up top as much as possible. I really feel like I couldn't have dodged it there. But let's see if I can dodge it earlier or there's somewhere I missed. Okay, so far I haven't moved it. Right here is where it keeps wanting to move, though. So here, I can avoid doing that by coming up first. I can avoid moving that blue block. Now here, I have to bring the blue block to here. That's forced. Now, can I get the blue block up there without moving it again? Right here, it feels like I have to move it, but let's see. Maybe that's not true. Right? What if I move it out one more space? So I'm trying to think of how to doing that without... Yeah, this is the one I managed to logic myself out of the solution, so clearly I'm missing something. Here it really feels like I need to move the blue, but let's see if I can avoid that. Oh, I don't think I tried this yet. Okay. Yeah, here I can get away with Oh, I think I did it. I think that's where I made the mistake, because I'm pretty sure I moved the blue block there earlier. But by moving it left one more space, I could avoid... So basically you need to avoid like either a down right motion. Yeah, you basically need to avoid like a down right motion or like an up left. So like there's a certain series of moves you have to avoid. In this case, whenever I do a down right, it's going to advance one space. So I need to try to avoid going down right if at all possible. Like, I need to go up right rather than down right. Gotta go check my with work. Alright, sounds good. Thanks for stopping by stream today, Shock. It was fun hanging out for a bit. Okay, so here's a problem. Now what? I'm forced to move the blue block here. And now what do I do? If I move it down into the space, I can't get it back out. Right? I'm gonna have to be very careful with my moves because I managed to really screw this up last time. If I move it farther, if I move it from here, I don't think it's possible to get it back off that bottom row now. Pretty convinced of that. Which means I'm forced to go left. But now, how do I get this blue block moved without doing a down right? Like, there's that down right. I have to avoid a down right, but surely it's not. It feels like a down right has to happen here. I can't push it down. I can't push it right because it'll get stuck against the wall. In order to push it up or left, it feels like I have to do a down left. Like, sure, I can try to do a left right, but it doesn't make a difference. Like, the only way I can get it stuck is to do it up first. Like, I don't really see how I can avoid advancing at a block here unless anyone else does, as I sure don't. I don't see a way to stop from advancing a block here. I don't know if this is better than what I had. It might be. Whoops, definitely don't want to advance a block there. Alright, so now what I need to avoid is left up. If at all possible, I want to go right up. Yeah, so now I have to try to avoid right up. Because right, or not right, I have to avoid left up, I guess? Wait, what was the action I need to avoid? Because it changes every time it moves, right? Yeah, that might be it. Because, yeah, there's several points where you can't evade it. This is forced. Yeah, maybe. That's the problem, right? If there's even one time where I move the block early, I lose. I really have to optimize this. So right here, I advance the block. So now, the next thing that advances the block is going left up. So if at all possible, I have to try to avoid going left up. I'm going to go right up, but not left up. I should be able to do that if I'm careful. Like right now, right here, if I go left up, it's going to cause a problem. So I don't want to do it like that. I want to go right up if I can. Okay, yeah, and this is fine because I can go down, and now I can do a right up here instead of a left up to move this up. I don't remember if this is better or worse than what I had. Okay, I'm forced to go here. And like, look here. It feels like here I really am forced to do a left up. I feel like I've been to this spot before. What else could I possibly do here? I can't push this down, it's trapped. And I can't push it left, it's also trapped. Like, I don't see any way to move this block any farther without doing a left up here. But there's a suspicious point in the bottom that makes me think I did something wrong. Yeah, what else could I do? I don't see anything else I could have done. Moving it back up doesn't help. I guess I can move it up, but I don't see how that helps me. I don't see a way to avoid that. So if that's my left up, that means that I've got not very many moves left. So I don't get it down right, so I have to be careful not to do that. So there I advanced it. A down right. I don't want to do a down right. Okay, yeah. Well, that makes sense, right? That's why this block is here, so I can do it upright rather than down right. So now I have to try to avoid down right. Can I avoid down right? I think I ran out of moves at this bottom part. So let's try to avoid a down right. Upright. Right here. How do I get it? How do I get it across here without a down right? Yeah, how do I get it moved without a down right? I think this is the problem I kept running into. Maybe this is where I made a mistake, 'cause there's actually a lot of freedom here. Like, there's so many ways I can move it. But getting it through this tiny gap, how would I ever get it through? Yeah, how do I get it through this gap without a down right? How do you think, Numbo, if you have an idea? Because I don't see a way to get through that gap without a down right. And I'm pretty sure this is the spot I kept getting myself into over and over again. Like, there's my down. I can't go up and then move it right now. If it's only going to be on the bottom row, where's my down going to come from? Oh, move the white one without... Ah, yep, I think you're right. So if you move against the wall... Okay, so I can technically go upright. Yeah, I bet you're right. I think that was it. That's what I was missing, huh? So now if I'm very careful, I should be able to... Yeah, you push against the wall, huh? So you don't necessarily need to move up. You just need to hit the up key. Now, if I'm very careful, I should be able to get this block moved. I could probably afford a right now. Let's try to find out. Let's see if I can afford doing this now or if I need to wait. Yep, so let's try to be careful about this. Like, how far can I get this without using another move? The only way to get it down there is going to be through here. I don't see how to avoid that move, honestly. I would really like to... Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Ah, thank goodness. So that's what I was missing, yeah. That's good. Good job, Nova. You saw it. Hey, thanks for your help. That's that one done. Yeah, this world scares me. It is a very interesting puzzle. This puzzle I also wasn't able to figure out. So what did I determine about this? Well, we have these red blocks we have to separate. The only way I see to separate those is to, like, jam up this thing. Yeah, this looks funny. It's another one of these, like syringe ones. Yeah, it's like a syringe. So what I need to do is be able to jam up this white thing, right? As far as I can tell, the only spot you can jam it is in the middle. Because, like, I can easily enough jam it, like... How do I separate blocks? What do you mean? Oh, like these? I have to shear it against something. So kind of like this, right? So the red ones, I could separate the red blocks if I can, like, shear them against something. Like this. And so I think what I have to do is... Wait, hold on a sec. Get these back. Yeah, see, now the problem is it's not jammed. What I need to try to do, I think, is get it jammed specifically in the middle, because I need to jam up the mechanism so that I can shear it off the, like, handle. And once I do that, I can move the blocks down. The problem is, obviously, if I shear from up here, I can't get the red down. The red is now stuck up there, and there's no way to move it as far as I can tell. There's no way to get it down. So the shearing is going to happen on the row below, which means the plunger needs to be extended all the way, and it needs to be jammed. Now, good luck with that, right? Because how am I going to jam up this mechanism without, while keeping the plunger out all the way? Well, ideally, I need, the only way is going to be one of those white blocks, right? One of those white 2 blocks. I need to get it in a specific spot to jam up the mechanism. And then I can move those get those red blocks separated. But I was not able to figure out how to do that. There's several problems that happen when you try to pull this off. For one, this thing really doesn't have too much capacity. It can only hold 2 blocks at a time. And I guess this yellow block is never moving. I don't think the one on the bottom is ever getting out of there. At least I don't think so. I don't think there's a way to, like, clear out the entire plunger. But I can tell this one yellow block in the plunger has to stay there. So I could rearrange these blocks, sure. But what I really need is for a way for this thing to be fully extended in the middle while jammed up. Now to do that, I'm going to need... That yellow block's going to be here. And I'll need a white block, like, between these 2 points. So I'll need another yellow block here, because it's not going to be a white block. So I'll need yellow, yellow, and 2 whites here. Easier said than done. Because how in the heck... I forget what exactly the problem was here, but it was a pretty annoying problem. Let's see, actually, is that fine? Oh, or not. I don't know why I was having trouble with that earlier. That's all it is, right? Why was I having problems with that? I literally have no clue. Yeah, what? Why was I having problems with that earlier? Did I just get lucky or what? GG, thanks. I'm legitimately confused as to why I had trouble with that. I spent like a good at least 15 to 20 minutes on this. Yeah, what the heck? I don't know, Shrugs. This is why you step away from puzzles, right? Like, at least for me, like, I feel like it's not worth just getting frustrated at a puzzle. Like, honestly, sometimes I'll have more of a fun and smooth experience with a puzzle if I just drop it and come back later. In this case, that's what happened. I dropped it, came back later, literally used the same logic, and somehow just managed to make the solution work. I don't know why I was having so much trouble with that earlier. That's silly. Okay, this one I know why I was having trouble with. This one's annoying. So the fact that these blocks are red and yellow, I don't think... Yep, the math. Yeah, it's true, the math. The math is what woke my brain up. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, though, but it's a Minecraft sword. It says scissors, but it looks like a freaking diamond sword or something. I guess in this case it would be an iron sword. Yeah, so we have this sword. Each of these pieces can slide back and forth. This one slide 2 spaces. I guess both of them can slide 2 spaces. And the yellow and red blocks don't really matter, except for the fact that I have to get the yellow block, looks kind of sus. How so? I have to get the yellow block to the orange spot and the red block to the red spot up there. But it's pretty annoying because any attempt to move the orange block or the yellow block keeps moving the red block too far. Yeah, it's definitely a Minecraft sword. Yep. That's what I think so, too. Like, I'm trying to find, like, ways to move one but not the other, but it doesn't really seem to want to happen. The only way to move the yellow block down is... So the red and yellow blocks don't stick to each other. That's one thing to keep in mind. The red block sticks to nothing in this particular puzzle. So I can grab this yellow. Like, the problem I keep running into is how to get these two past each other without the red getting too far. That's what keeps happening. Back, sounds good. I can kind of move the yellow this way. See, the problem is now I can't grab the yellow at all. Okay, so let's just like push it somewhere. Let's push, like, say, the red there. Well, now what? Because I'm going to end up moving this red block up every time I try to move the yellow block down. In fact, I guess that has to be true, right? I don't think there's any way around that. It was like every time the yellow block moves down, the red block must move up. Because I have to move this up 2 spaces. Well, I mean, the yellow block could be in the middle, I suppose. So that's not necessarily true. But for every space, I guess the yellow block moves down. It seems like the red block has to go up. I guess that's not necessarily true either. Let's figure out what's true and what's not true in this. Yeah, right here I run into the problem where this block, the scissors can't push it out of the way, so that I'm gonna end up shoving this red block out of the way when I try to get this yellow one down. Can I move it down like 1 space at a time? No, at this particular point, my only choice to move the yellow block is actually to move this all the way up. So what I really need to do is have this, but have the red block be one space farther down to the left. Let's see just how much I can move this yellow block without pushing the red block up. Like, I'm going to try moving it like 1 space at a time, basically. So right now I don't have a choice. The only way to grab this block... No, I guess I do. Okay. Now the problem is I actually do have to move this all the way over. Okay, I can move this there. Like, I really don't know what the logic is here. Now, yeah, it's there. No matter what, I can move it to either corner, but then I have to do a double motion to move it at some point. I'm thinking if it's something like maybe have the red block push the yellow one. I haven't been able to pull that off yet. Like, this doesn't seem to accomplish anything. The red block just mostly gets in the way. Or anything else. Like from here I have a choice. I can either pull this back, or I can pull down. There must be something clever here. That didn't move it any closer. Ah, darn jelly blocks. It always ends up, it's like always getting me the same state every time. Oh, this is too high and I can't do anything. How are these things scissors? I mean, I guess, kind of. That's funny, I can actually do this now. I don't think I could do that earlier. Not really. It doesn't exactly help me though, but it's kind of funny. I can actually close the scissors all the way without these things being in the way. I don't know what kind of clever thing I need to do here. Is. So I moved it down. And no matter what, like I can't avoid moving this red block to the right. Because this piece will have to move at some point. It's either moving here or it's moving in the space below it. So then I could have it in this state, or I can end up in this state. So what I know about this yellow block is it's always going to be stuck to one of these two sides, right? I can't like shear off the yellow block. It's always going to be stuck to one of these two thingies. Yeah, it's always stuck to one of these two little thingies. And here I can't even get past this red block unless I get it out of the way. I wonder if at this point, maybe I'll have to work backwards again and figure out which state needs to come before the state I need. Yeah, I might need to do that. I might need to work backwards. I don't think I tried that yet. Yeah, it's not really helping. How likely it is that I can work backwards from this. Well, it's better than, I think, just trying random stuff. As an aside, this music is relaxing. Okay. So what I know is that this, from this end state, to get this yellow block here, it has to come down. So it must have come from here. Because I can't come from the left because there's that wall there. So it had to have come from here. Which means I need to state where this yellow is here, and this red is here. Can I like... I can't like jiggle the floor. I like doing this. Can you like drag it? Nah, not really. You can just kind of poke it. So what could come before that? Yeah, it's so hard to think backwards on this. If this was here, let's see if I can visualize what would happen. What could have come before then? You were there, and this yellow was here. How did this yellow get here? Well, probably not from below. Yeah, that won't make any sense. So it probably came from the right. Which means that... Oh boy. I think it was easier to think about with the other way it was set up before. I'm just going to ignore the red block and just kind of try to visualize where it would be. There's so many ways I could move this yellow thing. So... yeah, it could be here or it could be one space over there. Yeah, having it there is useless. So it came from either here or here. If it came from here... Huh. That means that... yeah, it was either here or here, which means that red block that would have need to be here at the moment. I can, but it's going to push it out of the way. See? It shoves it out of the way if I do that, unfortunately. So, like, I would need red to kind of be couched in there. Like, if red could be one space to the left right now, I would win. But I haven't found a way to do that because I'm, like, always one space short of getting this to work. Like, I have to move this left now, and now it's out of moves. Yep, that's the problem. So ideally I need this set up, but this red block here instead. So now I'm trying to think backwards as to what would come before that. It means it came from here. Well, that wouldn't make any sense, right? So that would mean that the red block would have to be here if that's the case. So if it was here, it gets pushed out of the way. So, like, how would I get that and then have the red block either here or somewhere else? Like, either way, yeah, when I move it here, it's going to end up there. It would end up here. So, like, all I really need to do is just somehow get the yellow block ahead of the red one. Like, space-wise. Okay, so let's say I move them both in one. So let's say I want to try to get the yellow block here and the red block there. Can I somehow do that? With how they're going to be set up. How do I get this yellow block ahead of the red one? Let's just start moving them closer together so I can start interacting with them. Yeah, like I want to get yellow here and red where yellow is currently. But it seems like nothing really wants to move past red easily. Like right now, yeah, see, they're both too far. Nobody wants to get past red easily, does it? Yeah, honestly. I just don't see it. Yeah, even though it's got such a small action space, it really isn't obvious what to do. There's like anything that involves, like moving this one space over and then transferring like this. Like, there's certainly a series, like, types of actions I can do. It's a very, like, this is just looping. But, like, when it comes to transferring the yellow, I have two options. Either I go twice and then pull back. I guess I could go twice, pull back, and then pull sideways. I don't know if I ever tried that much yet. Have I tried that particular action that often? I can go twice and then pull back with one of each. Or I can go up with both and then down with both. Or I can go two of each. So, like, there's two ways to go in and there's two ways to go out. Like, here I can go in. I can go in like this, but then how do I come out? How did I go, like, one? I swear I did, like, 1 and 2. How did I do that? Oh, because I did an in-out motion with one of them. I feel there's like any type of different actions I can do. Because this isn't moving it any closer, it's just juggling it back and forth. But I can, like, shuttle it back and forth, which is interesting. Like, I can go 2 in, and then I can do 1 out of each, I suppose. I'm sure this actually helped me. Then I run to this scenario, where this... It just puts the red in an annoying spot. Like, sure, I could shove the red, up farther. But it's not getting it any farther ahead. Okay, yeah, that's just juggling it back and forth. If I go twice, the red's going to be moving ahead no matter what. 1, 2. I can't even do a 1 of each then coming back out. Can't do a 1, 2 in this direction because I'm stuck. What can I do once this... I feel like there's no other choice at this point. So maybe this is a lose state? Yeah, reset. Where's that reset bird from Recurse? I really use that thing right now. But then again, it never handles, like, complex situations, does it? If I could even reason as to what's possible, what's not, that would certainly help. Yeah, this thing doesn't move. I don't think there's any other action I haven't thought of. I don't think so. There's just so few actions you could do. Yeah, Wormholes has... It kind of, yeah, that's true. Wormholes kind of has a reset bird for like maybe like 5 or 6 moves. Like what I really want to try to do is like maybe push the yellow. No, you can't push the yellow because the yellow is always going to be stuck to a corner. Right? There's no way I could like unstick the yellow to a corner. Yellow's always stuck on a corner, no matter what. I'm pretty sure. So I can't push yellow at all. Yeah, it's a very interesting puzzle game. Some of these challenge levels definitely get on my nerves, but it is very interesting. Have I ever tried this star at the different? I'm pretty sure I've done this star billions of times. Don't even have to move it very far either. It's amazing how much you can do with just a few mechanics, huh? With good design. Okay, that's just juggling it. Don't juggle it. I'm gonna try to avoid juggling. Yeah, the reset bird. Whack, restart. Then Shrugs hates the reset bird. Whack, restart. In that case, I could really use that restart bird. I don't see a way to use... I can kind of use yellow to push red. But why would I want to do that? I don't want to push red up. I don't want to push red even farther towards the goal. Ideally, like to do is like move red backwards somehow, but yellow only moves... Like this only moves up. That's not going to move backwards. Every motion I have here moves things forwards. Restart. Yeah, well, Wormholes has ugly piano note, huh? It doesn't quite jump scare you as much. I don't get it. How? With this few moves, am I not seeing it? Like, do I need to start... Yes, let's try up, up. Then up, right. Then, yeah, let's just start depth first searching it. Brute force it. Yeah, that's not going to get me very far, is it? The seriously is I can, like, kind of move the red on its own if I really want to. But why would I want to do that? And kind of move red on its own. I mean, do I want to move red on its own? Whoa, this is interesting. But I don't think it's going to work. Oh, maybe it will. Wait, what? Why did that work? Excuse me? What did that change about the puzzle state that worked? I gotta see that again. So was it because I made a setup where I can keep the orange on the bottom row? Why did that work? So what happened is I just kept yellow on the bottom row? Which if I try to do that with the red in the way, it'll just get in the way, obviously. Why did that work? That's so crazy. But like, so for some reason, actually moving red up ahead of time, getting red past yellow, and having yellow on the bottom, maybe that was always possible. Let me check that. Once red gets past yellow, I could just move yellow on its own, basically. So red is past yellow. So now I can basically just move yellow on its own. Wait, how did I do that? Oh, there. Is this move. I like stuck it to the edge of the scissors and slid it out. That's all I had to do. Wow, that was hard to see. You had to like slide, yeah, you had to slide that part of the scissors out and use that to kind of slide yellow. So that's how I moved yellow over an extra time. Oh, so that's all it was. So it had nothing to do with moving red through at all. It's just once red gets past yellow, you can just kind of escort yellow to the end like that. That's all it was. Wow, I didn't think I'd actually be beating this world earlier than the others. Sigh, you know what that leaves? The worst puzzle. You think you solved it? Nice, your brain forgot where you could phrase it. That was hard. Wormholes is really polished. Takes a lot of effort. The model game stay well enough to detect that. Yeah. You have just one puzzle left, I think. You freaking puzzle. Yep, just this. Look at these guys. They're so happy, but they're gonna have to die. You all deserve to die. You freaking jellies. You all got yourselves in a situation. Alright. These things are just smiling at me and mocking me. Just this puzzle. I feel like I should be able to, like, get a pen and paper out and, like, actually logic what the shape is, but... Is it a fair puzzle? How so? Maybe if you have a paper. The problem is I can't even, like, make any assumptions. I can make so few assumptions. But either way, like, okay, so what do we know? We know that whatever, like, at least up until this point, these guys have to be arranged in a 5x5 grid. So whatever arrangement I make has to fit within this shape. Okay, well, let's see. No, maybe that's what I've been doing. Maybe I need to, like, rearrange these guys before going in. I think it's something I actually haven't tried. I could technically kind of rearrange these guys before sending them in. Maybe I should be. Almost kept 6 alive. Almost kept 6 alive. I don't think I can get past this point with this. So something like that. Maybe that's what I haven't been doing. Maybe I actually need to rearrange the guys before I need to chop some off, rearrange them, and then send them in again. You have a thought, okay. But at least I found something new. I kind of brought myself to the conclusion just by speaking it out loud. I'm like, wait a minute, why do I have for rotate the L shape? Yeah, that'd be great if I could, like, get a specific shape. The problem is, like, trying to get any shape in here is extremely annoying. Like, I feel like you have so little control over what you can make in here. Like, I can think of several shapes that would work, but the problem is, can I make them? I don't know. The game makes it very unclear as to whether you can make any particular shape in this puzzle. Thanks. Feels like something that would work, but it doesn't. Because it's a little too low. If these guys were higher, maybe. Let's see. Can I get this out, shift this a little, and then do it? Not really. Oh, wow, that actually can't get through there. That's a bummer. Yeah, I guess I could, yeah. I think that's what I need to do. I need to, like, do several steps, which is pretty annoying. Maybe we have to do. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some kind of, like, iterative process. That's probably why I haven't been getting this yet. Rearrange at 6. Yeah, maybe. I mean, you could be right. I can get down to 6 pretty easily, but getting them in 2 separate groups is a little more difficult. I'm sure I can get some, but what do I even want to make here? I don't have too many options. Because there's, like, only, like, trying to rearrange one group rearranges the other usually most of the time. But yeah, there must be some combination of that I can get to. This would be one that'd be great to throw a solver at. Like, I feel like it's generally better to have more going in. Because at least that way, like, if some die, then, well, it didn't really matter anyways. Just rearranging. Because the problem is, like, I'm restricted as to what kind of shapes I can bring in, right? But at the very least, if I can rearrange, I don't restrict myself to a 5x5 grid. Because I think at this point I pretty much ruled out every 5x5 arrangement of dudes to get through here. Like, I can get certain shapes through here, and I can get certain shapes through the right side. Also, I mean, what I can do is, like... Yeah, because obviously any shape that I can make on the left, I could have just brought through the right side anyways, right? Yeah. Because, yeah, I see what you're saying, right? Like, it would basically, if I go through here, do some rearrangement, and then send it back through, it'd basically be equivalent to me just not doing the rearrangement and just sending them through like that to begin with. But the problem is, yeah, I have this 5x5 grid limitation. I think that's what I need to basically break by rearranging these guys. It's hard to visualize how that would even happen. I mean, can it happen off that side? Kind of. Yeah. Like, I could think of several shapes that don't fit in a 5x5 area that would work. But so far, yeah, I guess every range rearrangement I'm making has basically just been using a 5x5 area anyway, so it's not any different than what I already did. So anything, it feels like anything that if I form a 5x5 area and send that in, I might as well have just sent the whole group in. Yeah. I mean, unless you can get a 5x5 shape to work, I certainly couldn't. I certainly couldn't find a single 5x5 shape that's going to get through here. Especially considering this wall. This wall here is actually the worst. Because you end up with this scenario where, like, it gives you like an empty column. You end up with this stupid empty column. Yeah, I haven't thought about rearranging, but yeah, the fact that you can makes me somewhat suspicious. Like this? Maybe, yeah, I'm gonna try maybe this. Because I really don't want an arrangement like this, where one guy is like farther up. I really don't want that. Yeah, but I try to make like how would rearranging allow you to make a shape that you couldn't make in your first pass anyways? Like whatever shape I make that's 5x5 would just be a subset of this. So let's say I came in here with like some perfect 5x5 shape. Well, if that shape works at the beginning, it would work now. Like any shape that's fits in a 5x5 area that works, that I can actually fit through this entire thing, it would theoretically be possible to do now, right? Without rearranging, because I could just ignore the ones that aren't part of the shape and just let them die. There's no walls I'm pressing against. The other guys aren't getting in the way or anything. Well, cutting the 5x5 doesn't change the maneuvering at all, right? Because this lava doesn't block anything. The lava doesn't like obstruct you at all. Like, cutting out any pieces doesn't make maneuvering any easier whatsoever. And thus cutting out part of them and rearranging actually allows me to make a bigger shape that I'd normally be able to make, which actually isn't really seeming possible, now that I think about it. Yeah, at the end, but I've never had that, Shrugs. I've never had the end be an issue. I haven't even been able to get 6 to the end at all. Yeah, I mean, twist feels likely. Like, I haven't even been able to get 6 through here at all. I've never had the end be a problem yet. So, if I can't even get 6 through at all, then I'm not even going to worry about the end. Yeah, how would cutting allow me to... Because, I mean, sure, I could rearrange this, but, I mean, I might as well just... This is just strictly worse than having a 5x5 block. As I said, unless a jelly over here gets in the way, this feels like it's just strictly worse. At least when I'm trying to bring this through, right? Because I just have strictly fewer jellies, and having more is always better here. Because there's no walls I could use, like, to rearrange myself partway through, either. Yeah, that's funny. I actually don't see a way to do that either, Carl, now that I mentioned that. Like, I haven't tried it, but yeah, I don't actually see how this is going to allow it to expand with this wall arrangement. I mean, there probably is a 5x5, I just haven't seen it. It's just that hard to see. I mean, at least it's something different, but yeah, I'm actually not finding a way to make that useful. Because sure, I could rearrange myself, but yeah, it's actually just strictly worse than whatever I had. It might make it easier to visualize, if anything. It might make it easier to visualize the answer, sure, but it's not going to actually help me get to the solution, I don't think. Like, it's not going to actually enable me to do anything that I couldn't already do to begin with. I think it's just that hard to see. Yeah, that kind of shape's not fitting through. Imagine a 4x2 grid where it sells 1, 3, and 4 on the top row, and 1, 2, 4 on the bottom row of jellies. Yeah, like this, like this, right? Yeah, Garrett, but why would that shape be better than just having a full 4x4, right? Like, if this shape can get through, then the 4x4 could have gotten through using the exact same sequence of moves. Like, having fewer jellies doesn't help me at all when it comes to getting through here. Or having, yeah. See what I'm saying? Like, it seems like it's always better to have more. At the very least the same, yeah, because I can just repeat the exact same sequence of moves I used for the other shape with the bigger one. And yeah, if somehow cutting off pieces allow me to rearrange myself in a certain way, then sure, but I actually don't see what more useful shape I can make by cutting off pieces. Yeah, so unfortunately that's probably actually not part of the solution after all, because I'm really not seeing a way to deal with that. Which really sucks, because like I think I pretty much eliminated every solution that involves having this Z be in the top right. Because having a Z like this in the top right seemed really nice. But I think I basically eliminated every possibility with that, because the only two tiles, like, you can see, like, you can kind of, you actually see it? Because, yeah, I basically determined that if this is in the top right, then I'm left with this tile and this tile. This one and this one. And I can't get that through here, because it won't fit past this firewall. But that kind of shape would fit through here. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced of that. It has to be possible to get a 5x5 through somehow, and I just somehow have not discovered that in all of my fiddling around. Like, it might be just a really unintuitive, like, path you have to make. Like, you might have to go, like, way out of your way in one particular direction. But it doesn't, like, it's just so many that die. Yeah, what's your idea, Arathnim? Do you actually see something that might get through? See, that's the problem, is I don't even know where to start, like... Yeah, there's probably a way to solve this logically. It could be interesting doing it that way. Like, we look at this plate, like, this is the biggest choke point here, I think. I guess we have that here, too. Like, this, at least we know we have to get through here. Not too much can fit through this. I think I've determined that every pentomino doesn't fit. I have not found a single pentomino that would actually fit through this entire thing. Like, this pentomino doesn't work because it won't get through, it won't get... When you go up, it'll die. This pentomino won't work. It'll die here. This pentomino won't fit. Anything that's 3 tall is not fitting, obviously. Unless it's, like, wiggled. But, yeah, this wiggled one, I already tried it. It won't fit. Does a U fit? I don't think I've tried U's. No, not really. Anything with a 3 in a row is definitely not fitting. I tried a Q pentomino. That doesn't fit. Tried this Q pentomino. That doesn't fit either. I tried this Z. This Z will die there. This Z will die here. I'm pretty convinced that there's absolutely no pentomino that fits, which means there's a group of 4 at the most. I think it's probably a 4-2 split. It could be a 3-3 split as well, I suppose. Let's just get over there and, like, look. Makes it easier to visualize. Sure, let me hear what you got. Well, what did you do? Did you do a 4-2? Yeah, what kind of split did you do, Arathim? Did you do a 4-2 split? Let's see if I can narrow it down a little. Yeah, like I'm pretty much sick of this puzzle at this point. So honestly, I don't think I'd even care if you just gave me the answer. But I want to hear I want to at least maybe like hear what type of solution you have, and then maybe it'll inspire me to see my answer. Yeah, this is honestly one where I probably would have had to write it down, but that's annoying. I don't want to have to get out like go on OBS, get a screen cap for writing it down. I don't know. I mean, unless there's a way to actually solve it. I was one move away with a 4-2 split. What, this? Which one, though? Which 4-2 split? What 4-2 split did you do? This 4-2 split doesn't work. Like, this one here, I don't seem to be able to get through. That's not going to fit. But it is a 4-2 split, it sounds like. Like, I feel like the 4 would have to be an S. What other 4s could I get through? I guess I should try to figure that out. Which 4s even get through? Different foot spine for the first gate. Yeah. Which 4s even get through? So, it seems like L's won't fit, right? An L doesn't fit. A cube obviously doesn't fit. The reverse Z won't fit. A vertical Z won't fit. So this feels like actually maybe the only even tetromino that fits. A T doesn't fit through. This is the only tetromino I think that fits at all. So if that's my 4, that means I just gotta figure out how to get my 2. I've tried doing this so many times. Out the first starting gate. Where else could that 4 go? Not there. Maybe I need to put the 4 in like a different position than what I've been doing. Like start this lower. I'm just ending up at the same spot again. Like I can do several, but I haven't found a single one that gets all the way. Like I can't even figure out which ones I can make. That's nice. You guys actually see it? Yeah, because I've definitely had it with this puzzle. Okay, well that's not working. Yeah, what's your 2? Is it vertical or horizontal? We move up instead of right. And then I'm going to have to move right, obviously. And then I'm going to have to move down. And then it's not getting through. Yours is vertical. Okay. Like right here, what am I going to do? If I move up, now what? I would have to move right. Yeah, and then I have to move down anyways, and I'm just in the same spot. Is your vertical positioned here? I think this actually does get through. Is this the right location for the vertical? Or is it down 1? Or something like that? Would a down one even work? Let's see. Maybe I can logic out where the 2 goes. Yeah, so where would the 2 have to go, right? Because I have to pick a spot where the 2's not going to die on the way. If the 2 is here, it dies. So I can't have a block below this. Yeah, I think I did this exact logic and basically determined it's impossible. So why is it not impossible? Because in a... Five on top, 2 on bottom. Well, yeah, but the final shape is going to be 6. Like, as far as I can tell, these are the only 4 that are actually going to be able to survive. I mean, unless you're saying they're not separated, but I haven't been able to figure out how to combine 5 and get them through here. Surely when they get through here, you don't have 5 left over, right? After getting through this part. That seemed totally impossible. This actually seems like the only tetromino that could even fit. Yeah, right here. Yeah, that's what I think. That seems like literally the only you're talking about here, right? Because when I did my logic, I basically determined that this is the only spot that can go. Yeah, so I think that's right. I think I logically determined that if this is the tetromino, then there has to be a block here and here. If this is in the upper right, I suppose. But the problem is, how did you manage to get that through this firewall? How did you manage to get that shape to fit past this? I really don't see how you would get a shape that's like this past this firewall. How did you manage to get that through there? Because that's what basically determined me to give up on this strategy, because I couldn't see a way to get this through this firewall. So you're saying that it actually is possible to get this, and this into the goal somehow. Because it doesn't seem possible to me. I don't know what I could be missing. You make an image? There ain't no way, right? Maybe you're thinking of something else then. Your distribution is not 4th too. Okay. So what do you have, Carl? You have... Well, this is a 4-1-1, right? Like, I think I'm at the point where I'm ready to actually completely rule out a group of 4. Unless you guys see something that I don't. As I think this is the only tetromino that works. As I said, unless there's something positioned up vertically. 2, 1, 3. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to start ruling out tetrominos. I think it really does feel like tetromino. This 4 tetromino is impossible. 3, 1, 2. Okay. Okay, so it's not these 4. Okay, so that means I'm not Yeah, what did you? I thought you said 3 groups. The top 4 get split from 6. Oh, that's what you're saying. Okay, I misunderstood what you were saying. Okay, I think I just misunderstood what you said earlier. So there's a 3-1-2 split somehow. Oh boy, like that's crazy. Maybe it's this kind of split. I'm guessing if it's 3, it's probably these 3. Right? Is that? Well, that's not a group of 3 at all. That's a 1 and a 2. But that group seems good. Is this little shape part of the solution at all? Because that seems like a really good shape. I don't really see how that actually helps me at all, though. 3, 1, 2. It is, okay. So where's the 3 come from, then, I wonder? What 3 would actually get through? I can add 2 squares to that somehow. How on earth do I get 3? Can I get 3 through this bottom part somehow? Like, I don't see how the group that's trailing behind can have 3 on it. But I mean, there's this. Can I add something to this in any way? I don't see where I would add one. I can't do like 3 vertical. Yeah, it's hard to even it's hard for you guys to even explain what shape you're trying to think of, huh? But you said I was 1 move away with my 4-2 split, so it must be similar to that. So what you're saying is, it's similar to which split? I don't even know which split I did know. Something like this. Is it similar at all to this split? Like how close it is to how close is it to this? Very close. Okay, so I erased this guy. So what you're saying is this guy's gonna get erased. These 3 are gonna live. And then I have to somehow add one onto here, is that correct? I have to somehow we have another one attached to this group? Five go through the top? That seems impossible, though. I'm talking about, like, the final set, right? Unless I'm misunderstanding you. I'm talking about, yeah, just orthogonal connections, like horizontal. So I need an extra guy, like, up here or something? That's not 3. Like, an extra guy attached up here? Yeah, I have no idea what you're saying, honestly. One left. You sure is good, because I sure don't. Yeah, see if you could explain it to me, because I sure don't get it. I don't get what shape you guys are trying to say. So the S tetromino. Yeah, I mean, I don't even get what you guys are trying to say. So, the S tetromino, okay. I'm at least trying to figure out what shape I want to try to do. The lower middle part. Okay. A mirrored L in a top right. Oh, like this kind of thing? The lower middle. Okay, so there is an extra piece up there. Okay, so you're saying like this L, that. Okay, like that. Gotcha. That's what you're trying to say. Okay, let's see if I can make that happen. So like this. Something like this. Well, that's still 5. Can I do that better? This column always wants to disappear, though. This 5 again. Okay, so there's like this group is involved in some way, right? Does this group look good? This is the group. No, that's not. That group's wrong. Or maybe it is. Is this group any good? Does that little arrangement of dudes seem good? Okay, so then I just need to figure out how to get the rest. Okay. So the other two are connected in some way. Probably vertically, because that's the only way that makes any sense. This looks familiar, huh? So based on this, what I'm seeing here is that this spot is 4, so the last guy goes here. So this is our arrangement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I just need to figure out how to get the 6th guy down here. So something like that. Well, at least finally I know what shape I'm working for. Now I can actually play the game and try to get a solution. Okay, well based on that, then I know that this tile, so it has to go like this. I guess these are the 6. You are the 6 survivors. Hey, you gotta send a file, huh? Yeah, that kind of arrangement, except yeah, that's like a beforehand step. But like the final shape, the final guys that are gonna live are you, and you. Well, at least I know where the positions now, because the shape itself is already a 5x5, so it had to be positioned in that way. So that should make things easy now. I just have to make sure that none of my critical guys die. None of the critical tiles can die. Like that. Thank goodness to finally be done with that. Thanks for your guys' help. I was definitely at the end of my patience with that puzzle. Maybe there was a way to like logic through it. I certainly wasn't seeing it. Besides just very tediously going through every combination. Like, oh, does 5 work? Nope. Does 4 work? 4 didn't work. And then at that point I had to start doing 3. But who knows how many 3s there are. There's so many 3s you could try. Yeah, thanks for your guys' help. I think that's it. Let's just check. Let's do a quick check. Let's I guess I have to quit the main menu to check that. Yep, that's all of them. So you know what that means. No, okay, that's fine. It's credits time. There's a way to drastically reduce solutions. Interesting. So you were, yeah, because you figured it out pretty quick, Carl. So you must have found a way to reduce it. I certainly wasn't. And I had enough of fiddling around with it, trying to figure it out. Yay, finally. You couldn't logic your way through that one? Me neither. Maybe when you're watching. I mean, Carl's like super good at math too, so like maybe when you're watching, you're able to see it better than when you're playing. But yeah, I was fiddling around that was so long, I just could not figure it out. So I'm totally fine with getting help on that puzzle. Is that the only trophy icon? No, there's a second one for the other ending, but I think it's literally the same. Like it literally just shows the same credits. Except it says you got the good end. Woo. Wow, so much different. I mean, I don't think it's any different. I don't recall any actual differences between the two endings. Yay, finally! That's all of them. Should I pop in line with? Might as well. I've got a half an hour of stream left. I don't know. It's kind of late for Carl usually, so maybe I won't. I don't want to push, like... I think I might starting these streams earlier. Because I know a lot of people can't watch this late. It's really cute. But yeah, I don't think I can finish it in an hour. And people usually don't watch me, like... You could probably be in 30 minutes? Really? You think so? Well, I'll try. Alright, I'll take that as a challenge. I'll take that as a challenge. Let's see if I can beat it in 30 minutes. Alright, let's do it. I've already got it installed. It's fine today? Okay, yeah, let's do it. Alright, you guys want me to do it? I'll do it. Here comes Line Lift. I'm going to stop the stream temporarily so that I can get a different VOD. So I don't have to try to edit them later because that's annoying. So I'm going to stop stream and in about like 30 seconds or whatever, maybe a little bit more, once I get OBS set up, I'll start Line Lift. So yeah, if you guys want to see that game, stick around for a minute or so while I get stream set up. Thanks again for coming in today. Don't think you can beat in 30 minutes, so I'll try.